Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai Shri Lahiri Mahasaya, Jai Guru, Jai
Buonasera a tutte e
Good evening,
benvenuti in questa serata
everyone, and
dedicata alla
welcome
Lahiri Mahasaya.
this evening
Questa
dedicated to
settimana è
Lahiri
stata
Mahasaya.
molto
This
ricca
week
di
was
celebrazioni.
rich of
Lunedì c'è stato
ceremonies.
il Mahasamadhi,
Monday
che è
we
l'uscita
had
cosciente dal corpo
Lahiri
del maestro.
Mahasaya
Ieri c'è stato il suo
Samadhi.
compleanno.
Yesterday was
E
his birthday.
stasera vorremmo
And
proprio
tonight we
celebrare
would like
questo
to
grande avatar,
celebrate this
grazie
great
al quale noi siamo
avatar.
tutti qua.
That's why,
Vi auguriamo una splendida
because
serata
of
che
him, we
sia
are here. So we
ispirante,
wish a
che vi
wonderful,
possiate connettere con questa
inspired evening,
energia
and may you
meravigliosa di
all
questo
connect with
maestro.
his stupendous energy.
Allora, benvenuti a tutti anche da parte mia.
Welcome
E
everyone.
proviamo così, solo come primo momento,
This
a
first
solo ripercorrere per
moment we
alcuni
would
aspetti la
like
vita di
to
Lahiri Mahasaya,
have an
questa
overlook
incarnazione
about his incarnation,
così
the life of
meravigliosa, così
Lahiri,
grande, di
such a
quest'anima così grande, e
wonderful
ovviamente solo magari alcuni aspetti. E
incarnation.
così, rileggendo un po' il capitolo che Yogananda dedica a Lahiri
Reading
Mahasaya,
the chapter
ho pensato
of
di
the
partire proprio
autobiography
dal
that
legame
Yogananda
di
dedicated
Yogananda
to
con Lahiri
Lahiri.
Mahasaya, perché è profondissimo,
It's a
profondissimo,
very
veramente tanto
deep
grande.
chapter, a great
E questo,
chapter.
se qualcuno di voi si ricorda, magari
And
quasi tutti forse avete letto
probably you might
l'autobiografia,
remember that
o se
chapter
non l'avete
because
letta,
most of
magari
you
vi
maybe
preannuncio.
have already
Ma già
read
proprio
that
la
book.
nascita di Yogananda, in realtà,
Now,
Yogananda da neonato è stato
I would like to
benedetto dal
remember
tocco di Lahiri Mahasaya. Quindi
the
proprio appena
birth of
nato, i suoi
Yogananda.
genitori, che erano
Yogananda
discepoli di Lahiri
received the blessing
Mahasaya,
from Lahiri
l'hanno
Mahasaya
portato a questo
because his
grande guru,
parents were the direct
e la madre era
disciple
un po'
of Lahiri
nascosta dietro la
Mahasaya.
folla con questo
The
bambino in
mother was
braccio,
hidden in
e
the
dopo un po',
crowd,
mentre
and after a while she was praying. Lahiri Mahasaya opened his eyes, and so she could kneel before Lahiri Mahasaya and receiving the touch. And then he said to the mother, your child will be a yogi. And as an angel, he will brought millions of people to God. So that's the opening of Yogananda's life. And then, some year later, Yogananda himself, he was 8. He lived a moment of great blessing of the presence of Lahiri Mahasaya. He fell into a serious, severe disease, and thanks to the prayer of the mother and a picture of Yogananda and his devotion, he received a miracle. He was perfectly healthy because of that light. And another little story is that Yogananda was very in love with Lahiri Mahasaya. He always brought his picture with him. And when he was young, when he closed his eyes and trying to visualize the face of Lahiri, the image pop out from the picture and became alive. And later, when Yogananda was a teenager, Yogananda felt Lahiri Mahasaya as a living presence around him. He never met him because they lived in different cities. But he was present on a spiritual level. So actually, talking about Lahiri Mahasaya in the autobiography, we have to talk also about Yogananda, Babaji, because all masters are connecting between them. And their lives are connected. And that's beautiful for us as devotee, because every time we get in contact with what we call a master, we also receive the blessings also of the other masters of the lineage. And that's the link about the relationship between Lahiri Mahasaya and Babaji, his direct guru. And you all probably remember her, their first meeting. It's a divine relationship. Imagine an avatar that have to wait for 30 years in order to meet his guru. Lahiri was 30 years old when he first met Babaji. He had a wife and children and an important job. So imagine now that meeting. I don't want to spoiler because it's a very beautiful chapter. You should read it. There's this love, this reunion, this eternal love, this belonging one to each other, heart to heart. And then, after the first meeting, they have to divide themselves because it's not the mission of Lahiri to stay in the Himalaya with Babaji. He has a different mission. He had to come back into the world and become an example for many, many souls that has him. They are parents, they have a job, and they have an ordinary life, but they can also develop a relationship with God. So that's the mission of Lahiri Mahasaya, living an ordinary life, but filled with God's blessing. And that gave hope to many, many souls. So Lahiri Mahasaya fulfilled his mission perfectly. He also performed some miracles, but he was very humble. He never showed up. He was very hidden, very humble. So, don't worry. I'll do my best. Yogananda wrote in the autobiography, he was unknown to the society, but a great spiritual renaissance started from Lahiri. And as the scent of a flower cannot be hid, in the same way, silently, quietly, Lahiri Mahasaya, living as a father, he couldn't hide his glory. Slowly, from every single part of India, devotees found him, as the bees find the honey. So, they all were attracted by his magnetism, and he could guide a river of souls to himself and to the spiritual path of Kriya Yoga. He was a spiritual seeker, and now many, many people can achieve the same spiritual fulfillment. He was an avatar, and his mission was to bring the tools of Kriya and share yoga with many people, that they cannot renunciate to everything, but they can fulfill their higher potential. So one of the greatest miracles of Lahiri was that how to manage, handle a family, a job, but also the love for God, meditation. And he did it perfectly. He inspired millions of people. So that's the miracle of this avatar, the yoga avatar, Mahavatar Babaji. Lahiri Mahasaya. And he said, to those who practice Kriya, I'll be near. So we can remember this promise, a promise of an avatar. It's a great truth. To those who practice Kriya, I will be near. If we practice Kriya, no matter if good or bad, we can ask him, we can invoke him and ask for his guidance, his help, in order to establish a better relationship with him. So we can ask for his help, for his presence and his support, and we will receive his love. So now I end with an intention, because we all have this instrument, this tool, those who have received the Kriya, or if you aspire to receive Kriya or to find God. We have been called, and we have to keep His Spirit alive, that is always with us, for everyone. So our duty is just to attune with Him. Mi metti lì? Come? Mi metti lì? Sì. Ok. Ok. Sono stata invitata questa sera a condividere quella che è la mia storia, la mia relazione con Lahiri Mahasaya.
And I was a little bit surprised about that.
E sono stata anche un po' sorpresa di questo.
Because of all the gurus of our lineage, Lahiri Mahasaya is the one to whom I had not, let's say, the intense bondage.
Perché fra tutti i guru del nostro lignaggio, Lahiri Mahasaya, devo ammettere che è quello col quale avevo un legame, una connessione emotiva un po' minore.
I always realized it and I always felt it, but I had no real explanation for it.
Ho sempre saputo questo, ma non sapevo neanche spiegarmi il perché di questo.
So I thought, okay, it's a reason why I'm here this evening.
So ho detto, comunque mi va bene, questo è il motivo per cui stasera sono qui di fronte a voi.
And I was thinking about what can I say?
E stavo pensando, cosa potrò condividere?
Because there were no miracles I experienced with Lahiri.
Perché non ci sono miracoli o esperienze che ho sperimentato direttamente con Lahiri Mahasaya.
And so I just thought about what feelings do I experience right now when I think of him.
E allora ho pensato semplicemente quali sono i sentimenti che mi si risvegliano quando penso a lui.
So when I think of Lahiri, the first words that come to my mind are humility and devotion.
Quando penso di Lahiri, le prime parole che mi vengono in mente sono umiltà e devozione.
He was a parent, he had a normal job as an accountant.
Era un genitore, aveva un lavoro normale, era un contabile.
He devoted himself to the problems of education.
Si è dedicato ai problemi dell'educazione.
And read and expounded the Bhagavad Gita.
E anche alla lettura e alla spiegazione della Bhagavad Gita.
Through these varied activities, he tried to meet the common objection.
E attraverso queste attività ha provato ad incontrare i punti in comune.
Which was, how can one find time for meditation in addition to all one's professional and social obligations? I think to myself, when you are God realized and you don't need to sleep, the day has just a few more hours. So that's surely a part of it.
Se uno è realizzato in Dio e non deve praticamente dormire,
But it is a fact that he was an unparalleled example that serving as a family man
Però rimane il fatto che lui è stato un esempio assoluto di servire sia la famiglia come appunto padre e marito,
and pursuing a job does not prevent one from following the path of self-realization.
e anche se dedicato a un lavoro, senza però che questo diminuisse e inficiasse la sua ricerca del sentiero dell'autorealizzazione.
Paradoxically, for many people, family life and meditation are miles apart.
E paradossalmente per troppe persone la famiglia e la meditazione sono cose distantissime tra loro.
And paradoxically, because Lahiri was the Yogavatar, that means the Mahavatar of meditation, and
Però appunto anche sempre paradossalmente Lahiri Mahasaya come Yogavatar ha unito la meditazione e l'ha legata anche con i suoi obblighi di uomo di famiglia.
and at the same time he led a life as a family man.
Questo è proprio il fatto, essere un uomo di famiglia.
So respect and acceptance of the role of the householder is more important today than ever.
Per cui il rispetto e l'accettazione del ruolo di essere un capofamiglia al giorno d'oggi è più importante che mai.
In a society where, in the material world, child raising is left to caretakers,
In una società dove in questo mondo materialistico la crescita dei bambini viene lasciata ai badanti,
so that both parents can go to work in pursuit of materialistic ideal,
in modo che i genitori possano quindi andare a avere un lavoro e raggiungere degli obiettivi materialistici.
or where children and family are quickly seen
Questi bambini in famiglia vedono molto velocemente
on a spiritual level as an obstacle,
come sul piano spirituale possa essere un ostacolo
and interference to meditation and spiritual progress.
appunto queste cose possono interferire con la meditazione e il progresso spirituale.
Lahiri's unconditional tolerance and humility can be an example.
Allora, la tolleranza e l'umiltà incondizionante di Lahiri Mahasaya possono essere per esempio,
In the autobiography it says,
proprio nell'autobiografia lui stesso dice,
while he repeatedly emphasized
ripetutamente mettiamo enfasi,
the all-encompassing nature of Kriya,
tutte le cose che riguardano la natura del Kriya
as a practical technique for salvation,
e del Kriya specificamente come una pratica tecnica per la nostra salvezza,
he then left it to his chelas
lui poi ha lasciato ai suoi devoti
to shape their lives
una forma su come vivere
in accordance with their background and social environment.
in accordo con il loro background sia sociale che familiare.
He himself did not make much fuss about his person.
Lui stesso non ha mai fatto troppo rumore sulla sua persona.
He bowed to his chelas as much as they bowed to him.
Si inchinava ai suoi devoti tanto quanto loro si inchinavano a lui.
He often touched the feet of others in humility,
Lui toccava i piedi degli altri con umiltà,
whereas he did not like it when people wanted to do this to him.
e non gli piaceva che questo venisse invece fatto a lui.
The Christ-like Guru continued to work,
Questo guru simile al Cristo ha continuato a lavorare
for 25 years after his enlightenment,
per 25 anni successivamente la sua illuminazione,
until his retirement,
fino a che non ha lasciato il lavoro
and played his role in this lila
e ha giocato poi il suo ruolo, ha recitato il suo ruolo in questo libro
with responsibility and naturalness. When my husband and I took up our roles as parents, the first things we also learned were humility and devotion. From that point on, it's not longer about the ego. One learns to care selflessly for another soul. One learns to care selflessly for another soul. One no longer sleeps, and this has nothing to do with enlightenment. One is always the last to eat. And one can no longer make plans because the natural order gives way to absolute flexibility. The ego cannot be served as it was used to. Apparently, one lives a life between changing nappies, doing tons of laundry, child illnesses, and cooking food. How can there be room for spirituality? Here we come back to humility and devotion. And aren't these the two first qualities one should develop as a 𝗘𝗓? So instead of negating the institution of family, we can realize that God has given us the greatest gift to make rapid progress on the spiritual path. If we recognize God in our children and accept and play our role as unconditionally, unagitatedly, and naturally as Lahiri did, every day, every moment, in our lives as family fathers and mothers, can be a step on the path of self-realization, where everyday family life becomes spiritual service. Progress is unstoppable. And here I would like to quote my friend Saga from Ananda America, who always says, "You cannot prevent yourself from reaching self-realization, one day it will be like that, no matter how much you try to resist it." So if we share this with other families and people without children,
e se noi condividiamo questo con altre famiglie e persone che non hanno anche figli,
and show by good example that family and spirituality are
e mostrare attraverso il buon esempio che la famiglia e la spiritualità
not exclusive,
non si devono escludere,
we can be channels for God's light as Lahiri was.
possiamo divenire canali del divino di Dio come ha fatto Lahiri stesso.
And in the autobiography it says,
E di nuovo l'autografia lui dice
he combined the life of a yogi
di aver combinato e messo insieme la vita di uno yogi
with that of a family man
con quella di un capofamiglia
in a most harmonious way,
nel modo più armonico,
and became a model for thousands of people.
e così è diventato il modello per migliaia di persone.
So, accepting myself fully as a householder,
Allora, a parte me stessa come capofamiglia,
I could also open up to his love.
io posso aprirmi al suo di amore, al suo amore.
Lahiri has given me the gift of realizing
Lahiri mi ha dato il dono di poter comprendere questo, di realizzarlo,
that family life is spiritual,
che la vita spirituale è spirituale,
no better, no worse than any other path
né meglio né peggio di qualunque altro sentiero
on the path of self-realization.
che porti all'autorealizzazione.
So now, when I look at the picture of Lahiri,
Quindi ora, guardo alla foto di Lahiri Mahasaya,
I feel love
sento l'amore
and a deep connection.
e sento una connessione.
Grazie.
Om Lahiri Mahasaya, Om Lahiri Om, Om Lahiri Mahasaya Om, Om Lahiri Mahasaya, Om Lahiri Om, Om Lahiri Mahasaya Om, Om Lahiri Mahasaya, Om Lahiri Om, Om Lahiri Mahasaya Om, Om Lahiri Mahasaya, Om Lahiri Om, Om Lahiri Mahasaya
We are grateful to Lahiri Mahasaya for having brought Kriya Yoga on the world after thousands of years. This antique technique, meditation technique and pranayam, this sacred technique have been brought to the world in 1862 from Babaji to Lahiri. And when Lahiri Mahasaya was 33, he was working for a brief period in the Himalaya. And there he had many walks in the mountains. And during one of his walks, he met Babaji, his guru. And during this meeting, Babaji said to Lahiri, "You have been chosen in order to bring comfort, spiritual comfort through Kriya Yoga to a lot of sincere spiritual seekers." And according to the autobiography, Babaji manifested a golden palace for Lahiri. And in this palace, Lahiri received the Kriya initiation. And for us, for all of us, this temple, the Temple of Light, is our golden palace, where we received, we have been initiated in Kriya. Or maybe some of you in the future will be receiving the Kriya initiation. We are grateful to Lahiri for asking Babaji to give Kriya to all the truth seekers, and not only, as Babaji said, only unqualified chelas. And that speech between Lahiri and Babaji, I would like to share with you directly from the autobiography. Babaji said, "Bestow the Kriya key only on qualified chelas." Babaji said, "He who vows to sacrifice all in the quest of the divine is fixed to unveil the final mysteries of life through the science of meditation." And Lahiri said, "Angelic Guru, as you have already favored mankind by resurrecting the lost Kriya art, will you not increase that benefit by releasing the strict requirements for discipleship?" I gazed at Babaji. "I pray that you permit me to communicate Kriya to all seekers, even though at first they cannot vow themselves to complete inner renunciation. The tortured men and women of the world, pursued by the threefold suffering, need special encouragement. They may never attempt the road to freedom if Kriya initiation be withheld from them." So Babaji replied, "Be it so. The divine wish has been expressed through you." With these simple words, the merciful Guru banished the rigorous safeguards that for ages had hidden Repeat to each of your disciples this majestic promise from the Bhagavad Gita.
Svaipamasya, dharmamasya, trayata mahato boyat, che significa
That means even a little bit of the practice of this religion will save you from dire fears and colossal sufferings.
E così tutti noi Kriyavan qui e in tutta Europa, di tutto il
And
mondo,
so, all the Kriyabans in the world, we received this great blessing
verso Lahiri Mahasaya.
from Lahiri Mahasaya and Babaji. In the
Nell'autobiografia
autobiography,
Paramahansa parla dei
Paramahansa
benefici della Kriya.
talk about the benefits of
Lui
Kriya.
parla che con un Kriya
And he said that with a single Kriya, we received the evolution of 1 year.
Allora quando facciamo il 12
So when we
Kriya,
practice 12 Kriyas, for instance, we receive the evolution, spiritual evolution for 12 years. When we practice 60 Kriyas, we evolve spiritual for 60
quando facciamo
years.
100
When we practice 108 Kriya, we evolve spiritually for 108 years. Wow.
Boh. Con il cervello umano come posso capire
How
questo?
can
Come posso
a normal brain realize that? I can understand that. It's not possible. We cannot. It's very challenging.
siamo grati
We are grateful
che Kriya Yoga ci aiuta a
with Kriya
affrontare tutti gli
because so
sfide
we can face all the tests
quotidiana,
we face in our daily life, the tests, the challenges in health, mental health, in relationship, the karma of previous lives. Lahiri
storie dove Lahiri per ogni sfida
shared many stories, but for every challenge he invited his disciple to do more Kriya. Do you have problems? Practice Kriya. Do you have health problem? Practice Kriya.
per quanto mi riguarda
And about myself, in my relationship with Kriya, I can live one day without food. I can survive one day without friends. I can live one day without music. Even it's a little challenging, but I can. But I'm sincere. I can't live without Kriya. For me, is impossible because Kriya, to me, means a way, a lifestyle, is a way to attune myself with God and with the masters. So it's not just a technique to me. It gives me, it provides me energy, it provides me a connection with the masters. It helps me to purify me, myself. I receive guidance. I so much grateful to Lahiri Mahasaya and Babaji for having brought to all of us in the world the Kriya Yoga technique. Thank you. Now I would like to share with you from the autobiography of Yogi an episode about Lahiri Mahasaya's life. Okay, about his daily life as an accountant and also as a healer.
Il sovrintendente inglese del suo ufficio fu uno dei primi a notare una singolare misteriosamente Babu estatico. Signore, sembrate triste. Che cosa
Sorry, I
vi
cannot find
preoccupa?
the page.
Chiese un mattino Lahiri Mahasaya, compassionevole al suo principale. Mia moglie ieri è gravemente ammalata e sono tormentato dall'ansia. Vi farò avere sue notizie. Lahiri Mahasaya lasciò la stanza e si sedette brevemente in un luogo apartato. Al suo ritorno sorrideva consolante. Vostra moglie sta meglio. In questo momento vi sta scrivendo una lettera. Lo yogi onnisciente citò alcune parti di quella missiva. Babu statico, che voi siate una persona non comune lo so già, eppure non riesco proprio a credere che a vostro piacimento possiate bandire il tempo e lo spazio. La lettera preannunciata infine arrivò. Il sovrintendente sterrefatto constatò che conteneva non soltanto
The promised letter finally arrived. The astounded superintendent found that it contained not only the good news of his wife's recovery, but also the same phrases which weeks earlier Lahiri Mahasaya had repeated. The woman approached him reverently. Sir, she said, it was your form, hallowed and glorious light, that I beheld months ago by my sickbed in London. At that moment, I was completely healed. Soon after, I was able to undertake the long ocean voyage to India. And then, reading some other chapter about Lahiri. An experience that Yogananda shared in the book that was very moving to me, and in that way I could connect with him directly. And so now I read directly in the first chapter from the autobiography. Lahiri Mahasaya left this world shortly after I had entered it. His picture in an ornate frame always graced our family altar in the various cities to which father was transferred by his office. Many a morning and evening found mother and me meditating before an improvised shrine, offering flowers dipped in fragrant sandalwood paste with frankincense and myrrh, as well as our united devotions. We honored the divinity which had found full expression in Lahiri Mahasaya. His picture had a surpassing influence over my life as I grew. The thoughts of the Master grew with me. In meditation, I would often see this photographic image emerge from the small frame and, taking a living form, sit before me. When I attempted to touch his feet of the luminous body, it would change and again become the picture. As childhood slipped into boyhood, I found Lahiri Mahasaya transformed in my mind from a little image cribbed in a frame to a living, enlightening presence. I frequently prayed to him in moments of trial and confusion, finding within me his solacing direction. At first, I grieved because he was no longer physically living. As I began to discover his secret omnipresence, I lamented no more. He had often written to those of his disciples who were over anxious to see him, "Why? Come to view my bones and my flesh, when I am ever within range of your Gutastha spiritual eyes." That's what we can do. We can focus on our spiritual eye and asking him for his blessing every single day. There's a few lines about Lahiri Mahasaya in the autobiography of Laya that was very touching to me. I'm a nurse, and so when we talk about healing, I'm very sensitive. I was blessed about the age of 8 with a wonderful healing through the photograph of Lahiri Mahasaya. This experience gave intensification to my love. While at our family estate in Ichpur, Bengal, I was stricken with Asiatic cholera. My life was despaired of. The doctors could do nothing. At my bedside, mother frantically motioned me the look at Lahiri Mahasaya's picture on the wall above my head. Bow to him mentally. She knew I was so feeble, even to lift my hands in salutation. If you really show your devotion and inwardly need before him, your life will be spared. I gazed at his photograph and saw there a blinding light enveloping my body and the entire room. My nausea and other symptoms disappeared. I was well. At once, I felt strong enough to bend over and touch mother's feet in appreciation of her incommensurable faith in her guru. My mother said, "Oh, omnipresence Master, I thank thee that thy light had healed my son." I realized that she had to witness the luminous blaze through which I was instantly recovered from a usually fatal disease. The picture of Lahiri Mahasaya is a sacred picture to me. Now we will end this beautiful celebration dedicated to Lahiri Mahasaya. And while I was meditating, it came in my mind and my heart a motto of thankfulness, and it came to my mind a movie that I watched many years ago, the story of a child that went to school and he met a new teacher, and the teacher gave me an essay, what can we do in order to change the world? And that little boy came with this idea. When you receive a gift, you can share the same gift to 3 peoples, and those 3 peoples share the gift with other 3. And so we create a wave and the world become a better place. And so we share all together, and we would like to gift something to Lahiri. Atma Jyoti will guide eyes will guide us in a short meditation.
per ringraziarti.
And we can ask ourselves, what is my gift
Può essere un dono materiale,
for you?
un dono spirituale,
What kind of gift
quello che sia.
should I share?
Quello che
A
vuoi
promise,
farlo,
something
liberi di non farlo.
material, something emotional, and you are free. Feel free to do it or not.
Dopo la
And
meditazione,
at the end of the meditation,
passo di lato, si
you
pone
can
una
come
candela, la si accende.
to the altar with a light, with a tea light.
Proprio un segno di
You can light it up and offer your light to Lahiri. And who knows,
miglioreremo un pochettino
maybe
questo mondo.
we will make this world a better place.
Finita la cerimonia,
At the end of the
volevo
ceremony,
rimanere in silenzio.
we would
Salutarci
like to
proprio in
share
silenzio, che è proprio
a moment
la
of
calma
silence
e che si
and
vuole
to
rimanere
honor
qua a meditare,
our soul.
oppure
If you want, you can go home then, or you can stay here in silence. And we wish you a wonderful night, and we hope that Lahiri can touch you all.
Nasco, non muoio, eterno son. Non nasco, non muoio, eterno son. Padre, madre, io non ho. Padre, madre, io non ho. Sono lui, sempre libero nel cielo. 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 Non son l'intelletto, la mente e il cuore. Non son l'intelletto, la mente e il cuore. Nulla, nulla trattengo di me. Nulla, nulla trattengo di me. Sono lui, sempre libero nel cielo. 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 No pain, no death, no castaway. No birth, no death, no castaway. Father, mother, have I known? Father, mother, have I known? I am He, blessed Spirit, I am He, I am He, blessed Spirit, I am He, I am He, blessed Spirit, I am He, I am He, blessed Spirit, I am He. Mind nor intellect nor egocita. Mind nor intellect nor egocita. Sky nor earth nor metals am I. Sky nor earth nor metals am I. I am He, blessed Spirit, I am He, I sempre libero nel cielo. Sono lui, sempre libero nel cielo.
We would like to attune ourselves with Lahiri Mahasaya. Relax your body completely. And now, focus in the spiritual eye and see Lahiri Mahasaya shape. If it's challenging for you, please gaze at the picture on the altar. Open your eyes for a minute or two, trying to absorb His presence. Close your eyes. Again, focus yourself on the spiritual eye. Call to Lahiri. May he join your mind, your heart, your body, your soul. Relax a little more better. Open your heart. Visualize Lahiri Mahasaya image in your heart chakra, His presence, His energy, His light. And with His energy and light, expand even more gradually in your body, in your astral body, in your causal body, and allow yourself to open as much as possible. Allow yourself to feel His energy. His presence, His light, His consciousness. In this state of consciousness, ask Lahiri, how can I serve in my daily life?